Hi everyone, this is Rupesh and I'm back with another video. In this video, we are going to talk about top 10 questions which are being asked in the UX design interviews by the recruiters from the applicants. So in this video, I'm not going to talk about the basic HR interview questions which are being asked, like tell me about yourself or where do you see yourself after 5 years. Instead of that, I'm going to share some questions which are specifically for UX designers, and I will also tell you that why a particular sort of question is being asked by the recruiters and what exactly they are looking for in a candidate. So as a UX designer, I have taken a lot of interviews. Also, I have given a lot of interviews also in many companies, and I know what exactly a recruiter is looking for when they recruit for their companies. So let's get started. Question number one, tell me the journey of your UX UI design career. So this question is usually asked by the recruiters to know where you are coming from, why you have started this as a career, or what kind of background you were having in the career earlier, whether you have started as a graphic designer or you have started as a software developer or you have switched from software developer to UX UI design. They exactly wanted to know your own journey, that where you are coming from and why you have switched into UX. So that's the reason behind that questions, which recruiters really wants to know. Usually this question is pretty simple and you can answer according to your own journey, according to you, and that's very simple. Also make sure that whenever you are giving an interview, you should not be lying in front of the interviewer, because they have been taking interview for so many years that they can smell you very well. And don't try to be fake, making fake stories. It's not the right thing to do in the interview. So just try to be yourself. Whatever you have done, just present it very honestly. Second question is, tell me the difference between UX and UI. Now, this is the very common question is which is being asked to the UX designers. So, for your information, I'm going to tell you the basic difference. Basically, UX design is a process of creating overall experience of a product or a service for the users, which involves a lot of research, or you need to have a problem statement which you are going to solve with your product or service, wireframes, information architecture, and a lot of other processes involved in it. Whereas if you see UI design is a part of UX design where you are deciding the interface, how the interface is going to look like for the user, how he is going to handling the product with the help of that interface. So that is how you can differentiate between them. Question number 3, tell me something about design thinking. So आप में से बहुत सारे लोगों को पता होगा what is design thinking. So basically it is a 5-step process through which you can find out solution of any problem by putting user in the center. अगर आपको डिजाइन थिंकिंग के बारे में और जानना है तो यू कैन वॉच माई प्रीवियस वीडियो, मैंने अच्छे से समझा रखा है, यू कैन वॉच दैट. क्वेश्चन नंबर 4, व्हाट इज योर ओन प्रोसेस ऑफ डिजाइनिंग समथिंग. सो यूजुअली रिक्रूटर्स आस्क दिस क्वेश्चन टू नो योर ओन प्रोसेस, कि आप कैसे डिजाइन करते हो. सपोज अगर आपको किसी लैंडिंग पेज को डिजाइन करने के लिए बोला जाए, सो व्हाट विल बी योर ओन प्रोसेस ऑफ डिजाइनिंग. नाउ दिस इज ऑल्सो a subjective question for everyone. I think you can tell your own process of designing to the recruiter, but in my opinion, you should follow design thinking here. The things will start from researching, then it will go to defining the problem statement, then it will end up in ideating something. Later on, we'll move towards the prototype, and after that, we will end up the process in testing. So this is the basic design thinking process which we have to follow. और अगर आप इसको और डिवाइड करोगे तो आपको बहुत सारी चीज़ें करनी होंगी, like researching or creating a landing page, and what sort of fonts you are going to select, or what sort of color theme you have, and what is the target audience you are having. So बहुत सारी चीज़ें आपको डिसाइड करनी होंगी यहाँ पे while following the design thinking process. Next question is, tell me something about heuristic evaluation. Now, heuristic evaluation एक ऐसा 10-step method है through which you can design any application or any product without creating any trouble to the users. If you follow heuristic evaluation, most of your UX design problem has been solved. तो जितनी भी बड़ी companies है, they follow heuristic evaluation to maximize their user experience, to enhance their user experience. For now, I am not going to tell those 10 points because video बहुत लंबी हो जाएगी. So let's jump to our next question. So our next question is, tell me the principle of UX design. Lot of people get confused in this question. कई लोगों को पता होने के बावजूद भी इसका आंसर नहीं दे पाते. So basically there are, आप गूगल भी करोगे तो आपको कई सारे आंसर्स इसके मिलेंगे. मैं यहाँ पे क्लियर करना चाहता हूँ. सो अकॉर्डिंग टू द वेबसाइट ऑफ नेल्सन नॉर्मन देर आर 5 प्रिंसिपल ऑफ विजुअल डिजाइन which are visual hierarchy, scale, balance, contrast, and gestalt. So you can also Google those things down, but which I use personally in my UI design, basically the basic hierarchy, the contrast, the balance, and gestalt. Once you start using these principles, once you start applying these principles in your design, you can scale up your UI game very quickly. Let's jump to our question number 7. What are the design guidelines and design system you follow? So again, you can Google this question very easily. You can find the answers. But as a mentor, I'm going to tell you that. So design system is a kind of design language which you define for your product before creating it. So basically, what kind of fonts, what kind of spacing, what kind of colors, margins, font sizes, whatever comes in the design part, you are going to fix that before creating your own product. So that means you're creating a design system for your product. There are various design systems available in the market. You can also Google them. Recently, Nokia has launched their own design system. There's a famous design system of Google Material Design, which usually people follow. So there is Google's Material Design guidelines available on the internet, through which you can create application. You can create web application by following those guidelines of design. And अगर आप उन guidelines को follow करते हो, your UI game is going to scale up. Let's jump to our next question. What are the laws of UX design? So there are many laws of UX which you can follow. Like, as far as I know, there are various laws like Miller's law, Hicks law, Fitts law, aesthetic usability law, Zeigarnik effect. So there are various laws available on the internet which you can follow. And for that question, I'm going to refer a website called Laws of UX, which is quite simple. You can just Google it, Laws of UX. You can read those articles and also know the basic psychology behind those laws. Now the last two questions of this video are going to be the game changer, because I have been asked these questions so many times in the UX design interviews, which is unbelievable. Question number 9. What are the new design trends you know? This is a very simple question, but it is a very tricky question. So इस question के through interviewer ये भी जानना चाह रहा है कि how much aware you are about the UI design and how much you are practicing those design on daily basis. And for this particular question, I think एज ए यूएक्स डिजाइनर आपको हमेशा इंप्रूव करते रहना पड़ेगा अपने यूआई वाले पार्ट पे. आपको नए नए डिजाइन ट्रेंड्स को फॉलो करना पड़ेगा, नए नए चैनल्स, आपको मीडियम के आर्टिकल्स पढ़ने होंगे. इससे इंटरव्यूअर को ये पता चलता है कि आप ये सारी चीज़ें कितने रेगुलर बेसिस पे करते हो और अपने यूआई को नेक्स्ट लेवल पे ले जाने के लिए क्या क्या आपकी अप्रोच है. Now move towards our last question, but remember, not the least question. It is the question which has been asked so many times, and I can guarantee you that it will be asked to you in your next interview round. Question number 10. Which product and application you usually use, and tell me about its good UX and bad UX. Believe me, ये question इतना easy नहीं है जितना आप समझ रहे हो. If you are a good observer of application and products, and if you observe things very thoroughly in the product, then only you will be able to answer this question very easily. If you are not having the mindset of a UX designer, which always looks out for a problem in a particular product or application, maybe you are not going to answer this question very easily. Now, to answer this particular question, you need to perform an exercise on daily basis, under which you have to use an application and observe it very thoroughly. Also, you have to write down the pain points which you have faced while using the application. And now think, how can you come up with a better solution for that? By following these tips, you can level up your UX game very well. I think I've covered all the important questions for this video. So that is it for today. Good luck for the interviews. This is Rupesh signing off now.